Today on the Fidus Roofing Podcast, we're breaking down one of the biggest decisions homeowners face, choosing the right roofing material. Shingle, metal, tile. They all look good on paper, but the right choice really depends on your home, your environment, and how long you plan to stay there. I'm sitting down with one of our roofing specialists, Ryan, to walk through real-world pros and cons of each option so you can make an informed decision, not just a rushed one. Ryan, welcome to the show.
Back again. How you doing?
Yeah, man, good to see you.
Good.
So we're talking about roofing materials. We've got quite a few options here in Northeast Florida. Starting broad, when you get a call from a homeowner, hey, I need a new roof, what are the main roofing options? You're going to walk through them. What does that initial conversation look like?
First you want to talk to them, kind of see what they're looking for and where they're going with it. Some people are pretty understanding and knowing what they want. So we feed off of that a little bit, but luckily we are able to offer a wide variety of roofing materials. And we usually start off with a shingle normal metal roof, and we kind of build from there, just by letting them know that we do have other options if they are interested. So, but your main two focus roofing materials is shingle and metal, especially in this area. So,
okay. So on that note, let's talk shingles. Which homeowner is a good fit for shingles? Is that the majority of the population in this area?
I feel all homeowners are. We've taken tile off and turned it into a shingle roof. Shingles are good. I mean, in this area, the price point's good. If you got to replace it in 18 to 20 years, the price point's good there too as far as replacement. It really is. It's a guarantee, but a cheaper option. And as long as it's done right, and you backed by a good warranty, it's really the safe way to go for most people around here. And it has less limitations than some of the other materials do too. So,
okay.
I think shingle is kind of like the go-to in this area for sure.
I feel like I see that more than anything.
Yeah, you do. Shingle's the main one. Like I said, it's price point. Not everybody has that extra wad of cash in their pocket to spend on some of the other materials and buying into longer lasting roofs. So shingle is kind of like the roofing material for everybody. There's a way to make that work as far as price and everything for just about anybody that we encounter. So and it comes with a variety of options. Unlike other roofs, it's kind of, this is what it is. Shingle, there's a lot of options as far as how you build it up and the type of shingle and products you use, which makes it a lot more flexible for people. So,
okay. Do shingles fall short in any area?
I don't feel like they do, as long as you have they're installed properly and you have the right warranty.
Yeah.
I think that as long as you have that kind of covers you and all ways it could fall short. If you don't have a reputable company installing it right, they're going to be there for you when you do have an issue. Then it could fall short for you. That's why it's really important, no matter what type of roof you're doing, you do your homework and make sure you have that backing when you make that kind of an investment.
Yeah, yeah. And I've heard you guys talk about like the system that goes into a shingle roof before. It's not just the shingles, it's the system that goes with it that then provides you with the better warranty and the better quality and all that stuff.
It's
so
the whole buildup, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So that's shingles. Let's move on. Tile. Tile is pretty popular. Certain areas I see entire communities with just tile roofs, looks real pretty. What are the pros and cons most people don't know about tile?
Tile looks nice. There are whole neighborhoods that are done in tile, and sometimes, as far as HOAs go, they kind of dictate the type of roofing, and it gets dictated into areas to where that's what you have to use. It's a material that it's not for everybody, and the reason why I say that is the price point is probably one of the highest price points there is when it comes to a roofing material. But it does look nice. It does last longer than a shingle roof. You're looking at a 40 to 50-year roof, as long as insurance lets you.
Wow, that long.
And it, it's as long as it's done right, it's a very well working system.
Okay.
And it has a better wind withstanding most of the time than your shingle roofs. You don't see tiles. I mean, you have a hurricane, you're going to lose some tiles, but it's not like your normal wind gust is going to be blowing off tiles like you do see your shingles. So it's just the price point with tile is high, and it's not really for everybody.
Yeah.
But it is a nice and a great system if it's within your price point for
Yeah.
sure.
Okay. All right. And then the third major one I see around here, of course, are metal roofs. I feel like that's kind of exploded in popularity, maybe. Can you
Yeah, and
talk about
there's
metal
all
roofs for a
kinds
minute?
of metal roofs now. There's right and wrong ways to do metal. You've seen it kind of explode, and I wouldn't say it's necessarily for the right reasons. It is a good roof if you do it right. We're firm believers in stripping it down all the way down to the deck. You see a lot of roof overs.
Yeah.
That's kind of hiding the problem. So there's different types of ways to do a metal roof, and doing it right is going to really give you that roof that's going to last a long time, which is taking it all the way down to the deck, not covering up any issues, make sure everything's right, and then put that metal back on. And then also with metal, it's getting the right material. The material, depending on your area, the most popular materials are Galvalume. Some areas that Galvalume doesn't even carry a warranty because of its location, proximity to salt water, salt in the air. And that's a really key thing when it comes to a metal roof is getting the right roof. You can put a metal roof on and thinking that you're going to be, it's going to last you forever, but 10 years down the road, that thing starts to go bad. It's kind of made it pointless to do so. But there's a lot of cool products out there. There's stone coated metal. It's actually looks like metal shingles. And it has a stone coat on it. It mimics tile. It mimics shake roof. It mimics shingles themselves. So they have the different looks in it, and that's a pretty cool product. Gets you a longer life on your roof than a shingle. And then it's but what most people see around here is your normal, just your Galvalume or your aluminum metal roof. So
Yeah.
but it's popular. But if it's done right, it's why it's popular, because people are looking to spend a few more bucks to get that extra life out of it and have it last a little bit longer for them. But if you're not getting the right material and the right setup, then it's kind of all for nothing. So
Right.
see that happen quite a bit, unfortunately.
Yeah. So that's a perfect segue into, I wanted to ask about environment issues, right? We're in Northeast Florida, coastal conditions all the time, high winds with our storms. So between all those conditions, right? Salt, harsh sun, wind, how does that affect all these different materials? You mentioned it a little bit as far as wind, tiles maybe stand up to wind a little bit better than shingle, so on. Unpack those environmental issues between the three materials.
Wind is the biggest thing for everything. Wind can affect anything. I think that just the way that the systems are put together, your stone coated and your tile are a little bit less susceptible to the wind issues that we have. But you get the right amount of wind, anything's gonna
Sure.
play victim to it. There's just not much you could do about it. Shingles, as long as they're installed properly, it avoids a lot of that wind issue. And then, like I said, again, the warranty backing what you have is going to protect the homeowner too, no matter what the wind is or what the issue is going forward. So you always want to make sure that you're getting that long lasting warranty. You're getting it installed properly, and warranty goes a long way depending on the area that you're in too. So some people that live off the beach, over like certain areas in the middle of town here, they might not be as worried about the wind as people on the beach, or of course, like people, you get World Golf area. It's you get heavy winds out there, you get tornadoes out there all the time. So they're going to look into what's going to last longer and what's going to hold up better in the wind and how they're going to be protected. And then the material you're using with salt. I mean, when you're near the ocean and you get that within 1,500 feet, you have to use aluminum, or else you have no warranty, and it's just going to start getting eaten away by that salt. You're going to have rust. I've had people thinking that they're putting on, like I said, a never-ending life, their last roof for their life. It's going to last me 40, 50 years, and the salt eats it away in 10.
Man.
So the elements definitely play into it. Ventilation is huge. If you don't have the right ventilation in any type of roof, it affects the heating and cooling of your home. And then with the heat and the elements we have here, it'll just start decaying and eating. Your roof will get almost crispy. It just starts eating the life away of it because it doesn't have the proper breathing to keep it going forward. So all the elements really do play into it. The different materials, it plays differently. But at the end of the day, it all comes down to having it installed right, having the right material for your area. having the right warranty to protect you if something does go wrong, and then making sure that you go with the right company that's going to lead you in the right direction.
Yeah. That's
Some people,
considering all those things.
it's considering all those things. You know, there's a lot of companies that unfortunately they don't think about the customer; they think about themselves and making the money,
Right.
and they'll sell you anything they can sell you. But we're about selling you the right thing because we want it to last, and we want it to reflect not only on our reputation but how we treat our customers. So.
Yeah. Yeah. What's a mistake homeowners make if they're choosing their roof just based on price, right? If that's their only concern, they don't care about all the other things you're talking about. How and why is that a pretty big mistake?
Uh, you're not price point is sometimes big. So if you're just focused on that lowest price that you can find, you're sometimes not getting the right roof. You're not getting what you should get. You're not getting the right buildup. A lot of times, if the price point's a little bit higher, it's because you're paying for a system that's meant to be together. Whereas a lot of times you get those lower price points, you're getting a kind of, I call it a Frankenstein roof, where they're kind of putting things together to give you the cheapest roof that they could find you to sell you on it. Cheaper doesn't always mean better. Cheaper could mean cost you more in the long run. Cheaper could mean a lot of times you're getting a very limited warranty, and you end up paying a lot out of pocket in the life of that roof trying to keep it going and keep fixing the problems that arise throughout the life of it. So cheaper isn't always better, and cheaper sometimes means that you're going with a company that's just trying to give you a roof, and they're not going to be here for you when you're done. So there's a lot of things to take into account. I always say you shouldn't always go with the cheaper. Middle of the road's always good, but sometimes take a look at how that you spend a little bit more and how much more you're going to benefit in the end if you kind of go with those a little bit more expensive roofs. So most of the time it has to do with the warranty and what the backing that you're going to get going forward with that roof. So and that's important. And it doesn't do you any good to put a roof on that you're going to have to pay for everything out of pocket with, you know what I mean? In the next 5 to 10 years that happens because you have no warranty, no roofer to call, no backing to it. So,
right. So that makes me think, talking about timeframes, if someone's going to stay in their home long term versus they plan on selling in a few years, how does that change your recommendation? I can certainly see why someone would choose a cheap roof knowing they're about to list their house on the market and they can say new roof, but
well, in the state of Florida,
not a quality roof.
The biggest thing is the roof and when you go to sell. So along with that, like I've been keep harping on, is warranty. Warranty's big when you get a roof, no matter what type of roof you get. Having not only a new roof, but having a decent warranty to back it, to go along with it, and a warranty that's transferable to the person that's buying it. It's a pretty good selling point here in Florida because, like I said, that's one of the biggest holdups when it comes to selling roofs or selling houses. So you could do a cheaper roof, but still do it right. So we have different options. Good, better, best. We can give you all the bells and whistles roof. We can give you one that's still good, just slightly variant, just to get the price down a little bit more. But the biggest difference in all of them is the warranty and underlayment used. So we can give you a roof that's still a great roof that has a decent warranty that's going to transfer and that you can put on your house to sell it. But there are people that are just looking for the cheapest roof they can put on there. So. I don't think by any means is it right at any time to just find the cheapest thing and throw it on there. I think that when you're doing a roof, you should make sure that you're doing it right and it's being done right, no matter what your plan is with your home. So yeah,
good stuff, man. Well, thanks for coming out.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate all the info.
All right,
man. You really make me think warranty as much as anything, right? As opposed to just whether it's shingle or metal or tile up there.
Warranty's king.
It makes me think about warranty, and I don't think that's, I'm getting off topic here, but I don't think that's synonymous with roofing. You think when people buy cars, they think about warranty all the time. Oh, they offer a 5-year, 50,000, whatever. And that's a big selling point on a vehicle. But I don't think people think about that when they think roofs right out of the gate. I think they need to be educated on that once they call you.
Yeah, warranty's king.
Yeah.
And we really, really focus on trying to sell the value of the warranties we offer. We offer warranties that other companies can't because of our standing with our manufacturer, with GAF. And I always like to say, the difference in cost from the golden pledge to silver pledge. You got a 25-year and a 10-year. The difference in cost is about the same as having 1 to 2 repairs that you have to do in the life of your roof. So now is it worth it spending
Right.
that little bit extra? That's really the big difference. Is you spend that little bit extra, it's the difference in cost of you having to pay out of pocket after those 10 years for a couple repairs. So
Yeah.
to me, it's well worth it. In this area, you never know what may happen. You could have everybody could do a really good roof, but the weather could still cause damage. So, having that right warranty is definitely I think the most important thing when it comes to a roof. So,
Sounds like it. Well, thanks for joining us today,
yeah,
man.
thank
That's
you.
helpful. If there's one takeaway here, it's that no one size fits all roof. The best roof is the one that fits your home, your location, and your long-term plans. If you're weighing options or just want clarity on what makes the most sense for your situation, getting educated is always the first step. From our finest team here in Northeast Florida, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next episode.